Well, he hit him too hard, I guess. I mean, they hit our guy, knocked him to the ground. We didn't get a penalty, so, just a little inconsistent.
Ron, what do you say to Chase Young? Is that basically a teachable moment for the rookie in a sense?
It is, because the quarterbacks are treated extra special, so we have to be aware of that.
What changed for you guys in the second half offensively?
I just think we made plays. It's one of those things that we didn't make plays in the first half. We got down to the red zone twice and went backwards twice. We get down to the red zone and we missed the kick. I mean, at the end of the day, when you get down to the red zone, you've got to put points on the board, and we didn't. And twice we went backwards, so that's frustrating. It's a matter of making plays, and making plays is as simple as making a block. It's as simple as catching a ball. It's as simple as making a run, making a read. We didn't do that. And again, I always tell you guys, we have to look at what we called. Are we putting our guys in position to give them a chance to win football games? That's the most important thing. And we'll look at that, and we'll figure out, the direction we're headed.
Ron, what did you make of Alex?
I thought he played a heck of a football game. I think he's getting more and more comfortable back there. His decision making is getting quicker. You see some of the really good decisions, some excellent throws, put the ball where he needed to. And again, I just that was good to see. It really was going forward. He's really just getting stronger and stronger.
And when you guys needed a response, he delivered. What did you just make of his ability to do that?
That's who he is. I mean, I thought the protection for the most part was pretty good, especially in the second half. We did some nice things. And I think once our guys settled in, we were able to protect him and give him time to find the guys downfield. Those guys made a lot of plays.
Hey, Ron, sometimes whether their team wins or loses a game does not always reflect on how well a team performed. How well do you think you guys played today?
I thought we played well enough to win. It's just unfortunate it didn't work out that way. We left, like I told the guys, we left 9 points out on the field and we gave them 3. So, sometimes, I tell the guys, you can't play against two teams on Sunday, them and us, and sometimes we do ourselves in by some of the mistakes we make.
Ron, that final Detroit series, there were 16 seconds left on the clock. What was the defensive approach there, the final 16 seconds?
Well, we wanted to keep them in front of us, make the tackle, make them use their timeouts. We knew they were going to systematically try and just move the ball forward. And so, we were trying to, wear the clock down. And unfortunately, the 15-yard penalty was a huge mistake on our part.
Hey, Ron, have you thought about yet, just took a step back and just looked at Alex Smith and his comeback and what he has gone through to get to this moment right now? Have you taken a minute to reflect that?
Yeah, every day I think about the things that he's done and where he is today. I mean, it's a heck of a story. But to be honest with you, the thing I'm really pleased is with the way he's played. And when you get that kind of play from the quarterback, it shows the development of the other guys around him. I mean, look at what we've seen from Cam Sims. Look at what we're seeing from Isaiah Wright. Antonio Gibson. I mean. When good things are happening like that, you're developing players, and that's the other thing that we have to work on as we go forward, is making sure our guys are developing and giving us a chance to compete out there.
Hey, Ron, you said that sorry, John. You said you played well enough to win. At what point, I guess, I imagine it's now, but hoping that playing well enough to win does equal wins, this team kind of learning how to win in these close situations?
That's exactly it, and that's what I told to the guys. I said to the guys, hey, we're learning to win. The thing we got to learn is to finish now. I mean, that's probably the biggest thing we've had right now is we've been in position. The last 3 or 4 games we've played, and it's just a matter of finishing it off. It's exciting. That's one thing, is our guys aren't quitting, and that's one thing I appreciate, is that the guys continue to compete. I think that's important, is that they compete and they give themselves a chance.
Ron, hey, Ron, what do you say to Chase Young after a play like that at the end?
Yeah, you just tell them, hey, you got to be aware. Just understand, that's the quarterback, and what they may have gotten away with in college. Unfortunately, they're going to treat these guys a little bit more carefully, and So, you know, I mean, it's one of those things. It's unfortunate, and he'll learn from it. And, you know, you know, it's tough.
Ron, is there a certain calm that Alex will bring, you know, in a moment when you're down 24-3 like that?
Yes. And there's a certain confidence too that you can see the other guys, and you can hear the other guys talk about their confidence in him as he moves the ball and moves the team.
Hey, Ron, what's the latest on the injuries for DeShazer Everett and Lucas?
Couldn't tell you. I haven't talked to Ryan Vermillion yet, and I do know we sent DeShazer in for X-rays. That's the only thing I can tell you. I think they both had ankles, but I'm only guessing, so don't quote me on that.
And with the offensive line, typically over the years, no matter what, Morgan Moses stays on the right side. What was the thinking going into moving him to the left side when Lucas went down?
You know, we feel that Davids is a pretty good right tackle, probably a better right than he is left, and we felt Morgan gives us a little bit better guy at left. But we moved them both around both sides.
You guys had some trouble with Swift early in terms of bringing him down. What changed offensively, and what were those struggles?
Well, again, the biggest thing is just really being where you're supposed to be, you know, doing your job more so than anything else. And, you know, we played inconsistent more than we did anything else. That's probably the biggest disappointment is to help ourselves on defense. We have to play consistent football. And, you know, we don't necessarily get it consistently, obviously. And that's just part of the struggle.
Ron, what is that 2-minute drive?
What would you ascribe to the fact that Alex Smith in his 16th career, and obviously having not started for 2 years, he comes out and he throws for back-to-back 300 yards games, first time in his career, most completions in his career. What do you ascribe to that success, especially so late in his career, and what he's all been through?
Well, I think first of all, we've got some pretty good young players that are learning to play. I mean, you look at Terry to begin with, and then you go right down the line with Cam Sims and Isaiah Wright and you know, and Steven Sims. I mean, we got a lot of young guys out there that are you know, that have the potential to be explosive guys. I think, you know, the best thing that's happening right now is they're playing a lot of football. Then you throw in the tight end and what we're getting from Logan, and then what we're getting from the two backs. You know, I mean, it's a pretty good group, and it's a young group. Again, you guys have heard me talk about this, and the only way young players get better, obviously, is, you know, get their chances out on the field to learn and grow. And, you know, Alex has done a good job distributing the ball. You know, one of the things that I always try to look at is the ball distribution. You know, you hate to see it go to one guy all the time, but when you open up the thing and you see how many targets he's thrown, you know, and I think in this game there's probably 8 or 9 different targets he threw to, I think. That, you know, talks about the guy spreading the ball. So you have to be on your game when you're out there, you know, with Alex. And that's one of the really cool things about this is that, you know, it's a good young group of guys, and you have a guy that's distributing it to them.
Hey, Ron, with Alex, you said that he helps those guys develop. How else is he doing that? Is it stuff that he tells them? Is it distributing the ball, like you said? Is it just one of the little things he does that is helping them?
It's exactly that. I mean, John, you honestly, you answered the question. It's the way he talks to them, the way he distributes the ball, he keeps them involved. You know, when you're distributing the ball, okay, every player out there realizes you have to be on your game because he could come to you. You could be the third or fourth option. He may throw the ball your direction. So you've got to be on your game. You've got to run your route the way you're supposed to, and then be prepared. And I think that helps the young guys. I know he helps with the line calls and the guys up front, so that's important too. So, you know, and then his confidence and his calm, as somebody talked about earlier, that's what he brings to the table.
We'll take a couple more.
Ron, the way that Alex kind of moved that last drive, it was kind of a rocky drive, but it felt like he kind of managed the team through that. Was there something that kind of came from that in your mind?
Say that again. I didn't hear.
The 2-minute drive with Alex. The way he kind of managed that, you know, it was kind of a rocky drive. It felt like he kind of was able to push it through. Where, you know, how did you kind of look at that last drive?
I saw it exactly the way you did. You know, we missed a couple throws, you know, that we should have caught, and that, you know, changed obviously some of the fortunes out there. But, you know, he made the plays when we needed him to have him made, and some of the guys came up big. And, you know, that's what you're hoping for. You know, the way he handled the 2-minute, that was excellent as far as I'm concerned. because it gave us a chance to win.
Hey,
Ron, you have mentioned consistently that your team had to learn how to win in Carolina, and it paid off down the road. Does this feel like that at all, or is it its own separate thing?
No, it does feel like it to a degree. It is different because the players are younger, in my opinion. And I think that, with the exception of the quarterback, but that bodes well for the development of the team. And again, I think having Alex out there with those young guys right now has been a really good thing for us these last couple of weeks. And we'll continue to work and keep everybody focused and continue to play hard.
Hey guys, we'll take 3 more.
Ron, the slow starts, obviously, I'm sure that's a huge frustration for you. What is it with this team? Why do you think there are these slow starts, and how do you fix that going forward and get this team kind of starting better early on in the game?
Well, the biggest thing is sometimes you get out there and you kind of feel your way through things. And, we had an opportunity to set a tempo on the first drive, and we went backwards. And sometimes stuff like that throws you off your mark. And I think that got into our guys a little bit. Defensively, we played very inconsistent. We had some opportunities to stop these guys, and we didn't do it. That's again, just understanding that you got to do your job.
Hey, Ron, the NFC East, the Eagles lost to the Giants today. I'm just wondering now your take on the position that you're in, and do you still feel like you can still win this division? And just to talk about how the division now looks after the Giants beat the Eagles.
Well, the biggest thing we have to do is we have to go out and take care of our own business more so than anything else. And we can't worry about what happens with these guys, because we focusing in on what we do, win some football games, it gives us a chance. And you never know. Again, there's still 7 games left to go. We still have an opportunity to play both the Giants and the Cowboys. Unfortunately, we had an opportunity to beat the Giants. We didn't. But we'll go out, we'll compete, we'll play. And like I always tell everybody, we'll show up on Sunday and give it our best.
Hey, Ron, on that first drive, that 2nd down and 2, the reverse, what went wrong on that play?
What you count for with the action is you count for that defensive end to come flat. The defensive end got straight up field, and once he set the edge, we were in trouble. And you just got to give kudos for the guy for going upfield instead of chasing on the backside.
Obviously, it's easy to second guess a call, but you guys had everything moving. Do you go back and you say, hey, I still like that call, or do you wish that, maybe you continue?
Well, when we go back and watch the tape, we'll see. Because if he cuts down the line like he had, earlier in the series, we got a chance to make a big play off of it. So, because what you're doing is as you watch the play that you're running, you're watching what everybody does. That helps set up your next call. And so in that situation, set of circumstances, we'd seen something that told us that, hey, this guy's coming down the line. We got a chance to get the ball out around the corner and get a big play on it. And unfortunately, he got vertical and disrupted the play.